Look, you and I both know that true financial freedom doesn't just magically drop from the sky like a winning lottery ticket. It just doesn't happen overnight. The real secret? It actually lies in tiny, quiet habits that we practice every single day. These simple little routines are literally what separate the people who live in financial peace from the ones drowning in constant stress. So, in today's explainer, we're going to unpack 8 of these tiny habits step by step to help you master your money by 2026. Are you ready? Let's jump right in.
So let's start with the question every single one of us asks at some point. Where on earth does my money disappear to? Let's be completely honest here. How many times have you gotten your paycheck, felt like absolute royalty for a brief, glorious moment, and promised yourself, okay, this month I'm saving a ton, and then, in the blink of an eye, rent hits, bills pile up, you get charged for some app subscription you don't even remember downloading, and oh, let's not forget those late-night food deliveries. Within days, your account balance is creeping dangerously close to zero. It's kind of like a tragic comedy we all live through. But listen, you are definitely not alone in this trap.
Before we go any further, I need you to hear this one crucial message. You are not lazy, and you absolutely haven't failed financially. Take a deep breath, okay? The real problem here is that nobody actually taught us how money works. I mean, in school, they drilled us on complex algebra equations and, the properties of triangles, but did anyone sit us down and explain how to budget or how to avoid crippling debt? Of course not. We grew up guessing, essentially just copying the financial habits of the people around us. Your struggles aren't proof of failure, they're just the natural result of a missing financial education. Wealth is an amana, a true blessing and a trust given to us. And all we really need to do is learn how to manage it wisely.
Which brings us to Section 1. Financial awareness must always come before control.
The beauty of our first habit, financial awareness, is how brilliantly simple it is. Think of awareness as a flashlight you turn on in a dark room so you don't stub your toe. Now, when people hear financial awareness, they immediately picture these massive, complex spreadsheets and headache-inducing math. No wonder we run away. Let's simplify the whole shebang. Just track one number every single day, your total daily spending. That's it. Don't categorize it. Please, no pie charts. Just ask yourself at the end of the day, how much did I actually spend today? This one incredibly simple act takes invisible money leaks, like that random extra coffee or that quick online purchase, and makes them visible. When you see the reality, you naturally pause and think twice before spending the next day without forcing any sort of rigid, miserable discipline on yourself.
Now this leads us to a slightly funny but absolutely crucial question. Why do we treat our bank apps like a terrifying monster hiding under the bed? Come on, you know exactly what I'm talking about. So many of us genuinely squint or literally close one eye in pure dread before opening the app to check our balance. We avoid it because we fear the guilt, the anxiety, or that deep regret over impulse buying. We'd rather just live in denial, acting as if ignoring the problem will somehow magically disappear. Spoiler alert, it doesn't.
And that brings us to habit number 2. We need to completely change how we view our banking app. Think of it exactly like your weather app. When you check the weather and see it's going to rain, do you get mad at the rain? Do you feel ashamed of the clouds? No. You simply grab an umbrella and go about your day. Checking your bank balance daily needs to be exactly like that. It's just observation. No harsh self-judgment. No crippling guilt. Just data. This habit builds a calm, perfectly neutral relationship with your money, allowing you to plan intelligently instead of just reacting out of fear.
Moving right along to Section 2, pay yourself first.
To build this new mindset, we actually need to rewire your brain to prioritize your own financial security over handing your cash immediately to big consumer corporations. This is habit number 3, and honestly, it's a real game changer. Most people tell themselves, oh, I'll just save whatever is left at the end of the month. But let's be real, there is literally never anything left. Bills hit, shopping happens, and saving completely vanishes. So here's the tiny habit. The exact moment you get paid, save first, even if it's just 1% of your income. Seriously, even if it's a microscopic amount. The point isn't the dollar value right now. It's about building an identity. When you pay yourself first, you are actively telling your subconscious, I am someone who values my future. It's our fundamental duty to protect our wealth and provide security for our families, and this tiny act honors that trust.
Now for Section 3, the sneaky emotional spending trap.
Emotional spending doesn't attack you loudly. Instead, it whispers so gently in your ear late at night, saying, "You're so tired, you worked so hard today, you totally deserve those expensive shoes. Plus, hey, they're on sale," right? To counter this little whisper, we introduce habit number 4, the 24-hour rule. Now, this rule is incredibly strict but remarkably simple. For any non-essential purchase, you must wait 24 hours, no exceptions. Just put the item in your digital cart, close the app, and walk away. What happens during those 24 hours is actually fascinating. That temporary emotional high fades away, the thrill of the purchase cools off, and cold, hard logic finally returns. Most of the time, you'll realize you didn't even need the item to begin with. Exercising this self-control isn't about depriving yourself, it's ultimate freedom. It protects your hard-earned wealth and flexes your self-discipline muscles.
All right, on to Section 4, Learning the Language of Money and Feeding Your Mind.
Your mind and your environment need constant protection from the financial ignorance that so many of us just inherited. That's where habit number 5 comes in. Learn the language of money. A big reason we avoid talking about finances is simply because we don't know the vocabulary. When we hear words like inflation, assets, or interest, we kind of freeze up and let other people make decisions for us. The habit here is to learn just one financial term a day. Look it up. Read a simple definition. For example, understanding how interest, or riba, works isn't just a finance lesson, it's absolutely crucial knowledge that helps us avoid toxic debt, protect our families, and confidently seek out ethical, halal alternatives. Just one word a day removes all that fear and replaces it with total confidence.
Let's move to habit number 6. Think about how much time we spend mindlessly doom scrolling through short videos every single day. Now, imagine this incredibly simple swap. Trade just 10 minutes of endless entertainment for 10 minutes of simple financial education. And I don't mean complex, boring university lectures, just light, easy content on how to budget or invest wisely. 10 minutes a day compounds into over 60 hours of financial learning in a single year. That is way more than enough time to completely reshape your mindset, because ultimately what you feed your mind shapes your decisions, and your decisions shape your future.
Next up is habit number 7, the weekly review. Every Sunday evening, I want you to sit down for just a few minutes and ask yourself with pure curiosity and completely free of self-punishment, okay? Where did my money go this week? Mentally, or even just jotting it on a piece of paper, divide your spending into 2 buckets. Things that added genuine value to your life, and things that just caused you stress or were useless waste. This little review turns every single dollar you spend into a brilliant feedback loop. It actually helps you align your spending with your true, authentic values, steering you far, far away from blind, mindless consumerism.
And finally, Section 5, Confronting Your Financial Future. Now, we tie all these threads together to reveal the ultimate truth about long-term financial stability. But right before we do, we have to mention habit number 8, our final habit. Celebrate your small wins. Every time you wait 24 hours to buy something or you check your bank balance without panicking, acknowledge it, be proud of it. Because the ultimate secret that no one tells you is that financial literacy isn't actually about money. It is entirely about self-trust. It's the deep, quiet belief that you are capable of managing your life responsibly and wisely. And that trust, it doesn't just fall from the sky, and it certainly isn't built by a sudden raise at work. It is built quietly, day by day, through your consistent commitment to the tiny habits we've discussed today. That accumulation of tiny actions is what builds an unbreakable wall of freedom and peace of mind. So as we wrap up this explainer, I want to leave you with a really deep, defining question. If your financial habits stay exactly as they are right now today, and absolutely nothing changes, where will you be in 2026? Will you be happy with where you are? If the answer is no, then the change has to begin today, not tomorrow, not when you finally get that raise. Pick just one habit from everything we talked about today and start it right now. Remember, your future self is looking at you in this exact moment, silently hoping you choose differently today so you can build a safer, better tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me, and let's start that change today.